Hey guys, my name is Tony Maritato. I'm a licensed physical therapist here in Middletown, Ohio, and I am super excited to open these new air compression massage boots from Beoka. I'm a huge fan of leg compression, pneumatic devices, and these have been on my radar for a long time. I finally get a chance to try them out and give you an honest and open review for how they work. One of the main things that I love about these devices, if you've seen my previous video, you know that I've reviewed other pneumatic leg compression devices. The trouble with the old versions is they had a tube that would often get tangled or trip my clients, or you had to be close enough to the charger or plug to make them work. These guys are fully self-contained. They come with air pumps on each leg, and most of the time when I'm helping somebody after a knee replacement surgery or knee injury, ACL reconstruction, they don't have problems on both legs, they have problems on one leg, so I love the ability to use this on an individual side. Okay, so everything comes self-contained within this little carrier. This is a great little carrying bag. Beoka is the company. They were nice enough to send me one of these to review and sample. Actually open up, we've got a charger, little user manual. So these are the lithium ion batteries with the USB charging device. We've got two batteries because they're two separate leg compression devices. So you can see here, once we get the device unpackaged, the battery pack will slip into the end of the pneumatic pump. That's it, super simple. There's a little power button here in the middle. If I push and hold the power button, it beeps. And it's a little hard for you guys to see, but there's a pressure button on top, both right and left. There's a timer and there's a mode. Let's get the other side unpacked. So on the display it says M1 fatigue relief. If I push the mode button, I can change. So now it says M3 workout recovery, M4 overall relaxation. That sounds good to me. M5 deep care. And then it goes back to M1. M2 is training activation. We can control the timer. So each time I press the timer button, it's going up. Right now it's at 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, and then it goes back down to 15. 15 is the lowest duration, 60 minutes is the longest duration. And then to control the pressure, so right now by default it's on 60 millimeters of mercury. And let's give these guys a try. If I unzip this side compartment, right inside there you can see there's where all the magic happens. That's behind the scenes. Those are the tubes that are gonna fill the bladders that are gonna create the compression. On top there's a long zipper. These guys are really, really heavy duty, water resistant material. This is perfect for anybody who's coming in just after a long, hard, sweaty run, or maybe after surgery and there might be some drainage or seepage. I'm gonna kick my shoes off. I'm gonna get up here on the table. Now, normally the way you would use these is the compression pneumatic device is gonna be on the outside. So this is gonna go on the left leg. I'm gonna go ahead and zip it up. If you have mobility issues, you can always get somebody to help you, or if you needed to, what you would do is you wouldn't unzip it all the way. I would typically unzip it about halfway or even maybe a quarter of the way from the top. I'd put it on just like you would put on a typical boot, and then I would just zip it from there. So it's a lot easier to manage if you can't reach all the way down to your foot. Now, I'm gonna turn it on because by default, it turns off if it's not being used. So to start it, all I did was I pushed the power button. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. So I push the power button to turn it on. Right now, this side switch for emergency pressure relief is off. And I push the power button again, and it starts to auto-inflate. Now, I'm just using fatigue relief M1 as the initial setting. Right now, what's happening is the furthest chamber is filling, which is, it feels so good. It's compressing my feet. Now it's compressing up into the ankle. Guys, forgive me. I'm gonna lay back, I'm gonna relax, and I'm gonna let this thing work its magic. All right, so we've got it set to 70 millimeters of mercury worth of compression. Right now it's hitting above the ankle, the lower calf. Now it just kicked in, and it's gonna be compressing right around the knee joint. Anybody who's had knee surgery, whether it be an ACL reconstruction, knee replacement, meniscectomy, having that compression around the knee joint is really helpful to move the fluid out of the area, especially when it's been swollen, inflamed. You can, in other videos, you can see where I will put a cryotherapy ice pack inside. I might use a TENS unit inside to start to stack the modalities to help reduce the symptoms. Right now we're hitting the final chamber right up here in the thigh. But again, it feels so good. You know, I've been in the clinic, been working with patients all day. This is the 20 minutes I have before I head home for the evening. It just feels amazing to be able to lay here and use the device like this. Now everything is deflating. All the air bladders are deflating at the same time. Something that I would typically do at the end of the day if my feet are swollen, my ankles are swelling, I had a hard run or a hard training session, you can do it like this. You can add the ice packs, you can add the TENS units, but you can also use a little bit of elevation. So this is one of my favorite positions. I don't know if you guys can see me down here, but the legs are elevated above the level of the heart. We're starting the compression cycle again. It's compressing the foot and ankle. It's got really great, slow, controlled compression. Now it's just clicking into the next chamber, which is the upper ankle, lower calf. We just hit the third chamber, which is the upper calf and the knee. We just hit the fourth chamber, which is kind of this lower thigh above the knee. And we just hit the fifth chamber, which is right around this upper thigh region. Now it just released all of the chambers at the same time. They're decompressing. Not only does the compression feel amazing, but then when the decompression comes in, the chambers relax, the air lets out, you get this flushing sensation that just feels undescribable, but it is a sense of relief before we wait 20, 30 seconds, and then the lower chamber will start to inflate again. Okay, so let's say we finish the cycle, everything is done. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip the switch. If for some reason I had to interrupt what's going on, maybe I've got an emergency and I need to get out of this position, I flip the switch for the emergency pressure relief to on. All the air is letting out. I can go ahead and either power it off manually by holding the power button, or just it'll turn off by itself if I'm not using the device. I can start to slide my legs out of each boot. And that's it. I've got to say, I am really impressed. The quality is top notch. The material feels very well made. The fact that it is this liquid resistant material is super helpful for anybody who's had surgery or anybody who's involved in any kind of athletics where you know you're just hot, you're sweaty, you're wet. This is easy to clean, easy to disinfect. I just think it's a great product. What I'll do, today was the first day I'm using this product, but right now my expectations are very high. It stood up to my initial testing. I will record some more videos. I'll use this with various clients in my physical therapy clinic, and I'll come back to send you guys an update to let you know how it's going. But as of right now, I think this is a great product that I am going to be using for myself, my kids, my wife, and then I'll test it on my patients and we'll see what we think of it.